With the release of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, there is no doubt in anyone's mind that this is fun, exciting, and a dream come true for longtime Star Wars fans. Even if you're not the biggest fan of Star Wars, this game has lots of entertainment to offer to players wanting to jump into the series for the first time. In this game, we are given the 9 mainline films, each with their own unique set of positives and negatives. Which episodes outweigh the other? Let's rank them. Johnny Murray here, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be ranking all 9 mainline films in the Skywalker Saga, and man, have I been so addicted to this game ever since it released on April 5th. Been non-stop playing it, played it with multiple friends, co-op, and I've also played it solo plenty of times. Now, I have completed all 9 films that are offered when you get the game. And I have to say, I enjoyed each and every one of them to their own extent. However, I do think there are better and worse ones. So I'm going to be giving you my ranking on how I enjoyed each 9 films and where I would rank them among themselves. So let's get started with the video with number 9, which means I found it the weakest episode. And let me be clear, I am not ranking movies here. I have a feeling there are going to be some movies that I rank here that you guys just automatically assume should be lower because the movie themselves were bad. Now, I do agree, there are some movies that I think are bad. And while I'm not ranking movies here, I'm just purely ranking the episodes in the game. I think because of the movies, it makes it a bigger challenge for TT Games to make that episode better than the others. That being said, number 9 is going to be episode 8, The Last Jedi. Now, yes, this is the most hated Star Wars movie of all, and I agree. I think it's the worst movie out of every Star Wars movie ever. Now, that being said, I did enjoy quite a few things here in the episode and in the movie itself. Respectively, I enjoyed a couple things in the movie, and it just so happens that those things I enjoyed in the movie are the best parts of this episode. Number 1 being the Luke and Kylo fight at the end. I think that was the best thing that they did in the episode. They really captured the whole, you're not actually real, you're not actually there, and you're kind of just messing with Kylo. I think they captured that perfectly. All you have to do is just dodge Kylo, but they do it in such a unique way, and it's really cool. I also do love the planet Crate. I think that's a very cool looking planet. I will say, though, I was pretty disappointed that we weren't able to have a level where you drive as the ski speeder things. I really like that scene in the movie, and those are some of the coolest vehicles that I've ever seen in any movie, to be honest. I don't know, I just find them so interesting. You use your little ski thing and ski across salt. I mean, I feel like they could have easily made that a level in the game, but hopefully they can add that in the future. I doubt they will, but you never know. Things can come true. And also the Kylo and Rey versus the Sith troopers, or actually I should call them, yeah, I don't know, Sith troopers. They're called Sith troopers. Temple guards, I don't really know, whatever you want to call them. They're red, they can block lightsabers apparently, and they're very skilled. That was also a good scene. A lot of people have an issue with the choreography in the movie. Again, this isn't really like the movie, but I did enjoy it. It's just a fun fight for you and your friend. One of you plays as Kylo, one of you plays as Rey. I think that's really cool. And yeah, but other than that, I found the rest of the episode to be a little lackluster and a little down at times. I will say the opening mission was also good, where you play as Poe and defeat the Dreadnought. I think that was really good. But other than that, finding Luke on the island was really slow. Going to that dark hole with Rey was not very interesting. There was a little bit of some clever level building, but in terms of excitement, and if I would want to play it again, it definitely ranks towards the bottom. That's why episode 8 is number 9. Coming in at spot number 8, we have episode 2. Now again, this is one of the weaker movies in the franchise. Therefore, it was very difficult for TT Games to make this new and refreshing. Well, no, that's not really the issue. Making it exciting more than others. That being said, I really love the final two missions in episode 2. I think those completely bring episode 2 up. Honestly, if it was just the first 3 missions in episode 2, 2 would probably be lower than 8, if I'm being honest. But episode 2 really comes in clutch with the droid factory and the Coliseum, and then Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku as well as Yoda. So I think that was really, really good. The Coliseum is so fun to do with all the new gameplay mechanics. The characters you play as are really cool. You play as Mace Windu. I forget the name of the green guy. I forget the name of the guy with a long head and a ponytail. Look, Kia Mundi or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on the names. But anyway, I think it's really fun what they did with episode 2. But I honestly just found the openings kind of slow, and especially the midpoint. I also found that pretty weak, if I'm being honest, compared to a lot of the other episodes, because there are some episodes where I just found it a blast from start to finish. But we'll get to those later. So yeah, episode 2 comes in at spot number 8. Moving on to spot number 7. This one's going to be a questionable one. I feel like many people are not going to like my decision here, and that is episode 4. Now, A New Hope is an absolute classic. I just rewatched it recently, and they completely captured the movie perfectly. The problem is, when you really take a look at the movie, it's not necessarily the best video game material. There's only one actual lightsaber fight in the movie, and you don't even get to do that lightsaber fight in the game, which isn't necessarily the biggest problem, but it does take away some of the boss fight aspect, and it's just, lightsaber fights are awesome to do in the game. So anything that has a lightsaber fight automatically goes up a level, because they're just so fun. The actual dueling mechanic and the gameplay combos, the blocking, the dodging, it's all just so magnificent. But I think, in my opinion, the best mission in the entire episode 4, A New Hope, was the opening mission. You get to play as Leia. You get to see Darth Vader go absolute ham on some rebel troopers. Rebel troopers? Is that what they're called? Rebel fighters? I don't know. He goes absolute ham. First you see a little cutscene with him, like in Rogue One, and then you see him walking down the hallway through glass, and he's just absolutely causing chaos. I think that's really cool. Also, I like how you get to play as C-3PO and R2-D2 at some levels. And overall, I think it's just the aesthetic of the mission was really cool. It really captured the opening of the movie really well. But that being said, I found the building the Millennium Falcon mission a little boring at times. The finale was good, where you get to play as Luke in the X-Wing, but nothing that we haven't seen before, and I feel like it's just weak. But that's not really due to the game. That's just how the movie is. That is one thing I actually think the movie did better than the game. I think the movie scene with Luke was better than the X-Wing scene in episode 4. Now, you guys can completely disagree with me, and that is okay. Let me know what you thought of it down below. But for me, I would rather play every other episode on this list before I replayed episode 4. Coming in at spot number 6, we have episode 7, The Force Awakens. That is right, the start of the sequel trilogy. Now, if I'm giving my own personal opinion, I think 9 is... I'm not talking about the game here. I'm talking about the movies. I think 9 is the best movie in the sequel trilogy. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of 7. It's nothing really all that great to me. However, I will say there were definitely some highlights and some very high points in the game for episode 7. Number 1 being the Millennium Falcon escape scene on Jakku, escaping from the TIE fighters, flying through the Star Destroyer. I think that was a really, really fun mission. I would absolutely do that one again. I think the final boss fight with Kylo was entertaining. The level design was a little bit convoluted, but that doesn't take away from it too much. When you play as Han and Chewie, when you're blowing up the inside Star Killer, that was really good. I think the story, in terms of cutscenes and the humor, really hit in episode 7. But overall, I think TT did a really, really good job with episode 7. However, the other episodes that we have to play are, in my opinion, much better than episode 7. That is why episode 7 comes in at number 6. I know there's so many numbers in this video, but that's okay. We're talking about Star Wars here. There's lots of numbers. That being said, moving on to episode 5. No, not episode 5. Moving on to spot number 5. See, I'm already getting confused by the numbers. Spot number 5, actually, surprisingly enough, is episode 5. So, okay, I did not mean for that to happen on purpose. That was completely not scripted. But anyway, episode 5. I know, episode 5, in my opinion, is the best Star Wars movie. And yet, the game is at spot number 5. How is that possible? Well, I'll tell you how it's possible. I think Hoth is my favorite planet in all of Star Wars. And even then, I feel like the opening mission, getting the location of Luke, was a little odd. A very weird decision. It kind of ruined the hype. Like, when I click to play episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, I cannot wait to do the Hoth fight. I cannot wait to go to Yavin. Is that right? No, Bespin. Cannot wait to go to Bespin and find Lando. Cannot wait to do Darth Vader fight. And they start you off with going to 3 different satellites, building the satellite and finding Luke. Very odd decision to start. That being said, the Hoth scene is so awesome. I love driving on the snow speeders, tying down the AT-AT walkers. I know people, my friends hate when I say AT-AT walkers. AT-AT Walker, whatever, man. I'm just pronouncing it. AT-AT Walker. I think the Hoth scene was great. And then also the Luke and Vader fight at the end was phenomenal. Absolutely love that fight. And then the Bespin was okay. Again, it was kind of just like another level in Bespin with Lando. It wasn't incredibly unique, but luckily there was some good humor and some fun little moments scattered throughout there. But overall, I think episode 5 is great. When you go find Yoda, I think that's a cool little segment. Overall, I feel like I feel like they didn't balance the episode right to make it feel fun throughout. There's just very high moments, very, very excellent moments that are honestly some of the best moments in the entire game. Unfortunately, it's just not scattered throughout the episode right to keep me super in love from start to finish. I think the start was very weak, and the ending was great, but the third and fourth level were lower. Second level was great. It's just so off balance, but nonetheless, there are some great moments in episode 5, and that's why it reaches in the top 5. Now, with that being said, we're moving on to number 4. And number 4 is episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So, absolutely, without a doubt, Better Call Maul is the final mission in episode 1. You guys probably guessed. That is... No, it's not the final mission. That's actually the third mission. Excuse me. That is absolutely the best mission in this episode, and that is honestly why episode 1 ranks this high on our list, because of that Darth Maul fight. And another thing which they did so good, oh man, I was having a blast when I first did this. Pod racing was superb. Pod racing was just oh my gosh, it was absolutely incredible. But that being said, I think there were some other really great moments, such as you're in this big tank, like catapult thing, shooting all the droids. I think that was good, but it didn't last too long. I honestly feel like the very first mission against the big fish, going underwater to Jar Jar's world or whatnot, that was some of the weakest parts of the episode. Also, now that's pod racing mission, the final mission where you're flying as young Annie. That was also, I feel like, a weaker finish than it would have been. Unfortunately, that's not really due to the game. That's kind of how the movie's built, so they have to follow that. But for sure, man, Darth Maul carried this episode for me. I mean, there's no other thing about it. I mean, it's Darth Maul, Duel of the Fates, in Lego. The combat's amazing. What else do you expect, guys? So anyway, Episode 1 comes in at spot number 4. Coming in at spot number 3. I know I'm going to be flamed in the comments for this one. And that's because a lot of people don't like the movie. And you know what? I understand it. But personally, I love the movie. Not because of reasons you probably think. Spot number 3 is episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Now, I know, now you're probably telling me to backtrack right now. You love that movie. I love it just for entertainment purposes. I don't love the story. I hate that she called herself Skywalker at the end. I think the whole Reylo thing is stupid. The dagger finding the death. Look, a lot of the movie is stupid. It's very flawed, but just, I don't know. I just like watching it because it's just a good time sometimes. I could care less if it ruins the whole story of Star Wars. That's fine. It had to build off Episode 8. Can we just talk about that for a second? It had to try and fix what Episode 8 did. Episode 8? Did I say that right? I don't know. Yeah, 9 is just not a amazing movie, but I loved it for what it was. I had a great time with it. Kylo is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. But no, the game, that's what we're here talking about. I think the game just did everything right. I think the game, episode 9 is the definition of TT Games making a movie so much better and doing their own thing to the point where it is so much better and so much fun. It starts off, wait, what was the first mission? Now I think about it. Oh yeah, you're flying through the ice planet thing, and then you're doing the hyperspeed skipping. That was fun, and then you move on to the Jedi training. That was great. Then you go on to the desert biome. Then you do the little they fly now mission. That was good. Then you go to Kajimi. I think that was a fun little segment. It had some like stealth elements to it. And then you go on the Star Destroyer, the Dreadnought, or wait, what was it called? The Steadfast, I think. That was really good. And then they finished it with Exegol, which they did so great. They did Exegol so much better than the actual movie. I only wish there was a part where you actually got to fly around with all the other ships and shoot out the Star Destroyer. That's my only critique. But no, they took out the stupid kiss at the end. They made Kylo dying a joke because he accidentally did it too much. They made the electricity reflecting off the lightsaber so much cooler. You actually got to do a boss fight against the Knights of Ren. Like, oh, that is so awesome. Episode 9 honestly just did everything right with what they had to work with. I understand Episode 9 is very flawed. I get that. But TT Games found a way to make it enjoyable from start to finish. Episode 9 comes in at number 3. Now, that being said, I just said a lot of good things about Episode 9. But there are 2 episodes that absolutely deserve the top 2 spots. I can't even be biased towards Episode 9 because this is just facts. I think if these 2 episodes aren't in your top 2, we're having a discussion, all right? We're having a debate. That being said, I mean, it is your opinion. You guys can think whatever you want, but by far, I think these are the top 2 episodes. Coming in, spot number 2, the runner-up, episode 6. I wanted to put episode 6 at number 1 because honestly, I think the best mission in the entire game is in episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The final mission, one of you plays as Vader, one of you plays as Luke, and you fight each other. I think that is amazing. Then afterwards, you both fight Emperor Palpatine. That is one of the best missions, not only I've played in this game, but in like any Star Wars game. They did that to absolute perfection. It is so great, so much fun, so many good times. Also, the Endor stuff was great. It's exactly what you expected with Endor. The whole killing Jabba, killing Boba Fett, freeing Han from the beginning. It's just an absolute joy from beginning to end. Absolute blast. They captured episode 6 with full glory, full passion, and it came out amazing. Unfortunately, unfortunately, there was one episode I just think outweighed all the other. I wanted to put 6 in number 1, but I think if you really just want to play the best, if you have all 9 and 9 unlocked somehow, and you want to play one, I think this is the one you have to play. I think this encapsulates Star Wars at its best, and that is Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, comes in at number 1. And to be honest, I think this is probably my favorite Star Wars movie as well, Episode 3. And that's just because there is so much. First, you start out by Count Dooku boss fight, Anakin and Obi-Wan. I think that is a great start. And then you have the General Grievous boss fight. Alright? And then you have the Emperor Palpatine and Yoda boss fight. And then you have the Anakin versus Obi-Wan boss fight on Mustafar. Episode 3 is just stacked from start to finish, and you're playing it in this Lego game that the combat is amazing, the visuals are amazing, everything's amazing in this game. And so when you have this stacked of a movie, I mean, you pretty much expect greatness, and luckily we did get absolute greatness. This movie just killed it on terms of the game and the humor, the action, the excitement, the emotion, everything is there. It's so good. It absolutely deserves the number 1 spot. But that being said, that's going to do it for our ranking here today. If you have played all 9 episodes for the Skywalker Saga, make sure you let me know which one was your favorite, or just give me your entire ranking. I want to know. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.